So Jesus' words are a call upon us to answer the question, where is your heart? Is it on the earthly, which never satisfies, or is it on the heavenly, which can only satisfy? And this is a really hard question for us, and it's a really hard topic because we all struggle with materialism. We're born into a culture in a nation that is the pinnacle of human materialism. We have perfected, our U.S. society has perfected materialism. And that is the main false religion of our nation. So we all struggle with this because we're indoctrinated. They call it advertising. We're indoctrinated from the time we're little to see commercials and want stuff. The entire advertising business industry is geared to heightening materialism. So we're all materialistic. So what that means is all of us fall into one or two buckets. Either we are, materialistically speaking, an addict or a recovering addict on the brink of falling off the wagon. Because all it takes is one ad popping up on Amazon, on Prime, or YouTube, or whatever, and charge it. Like we fall prey to this materialism. We're super prone of thinking that worldly stuff is our treasure and prioritizing it over the things of God. So I offer to you, if you're a follower of Christ, there's a way to fight against this sinful tendency in us. We recant the religion of materialism through giving. We train our heart to stop storing things on earth by tithing and giving offerings to the Lord. We store treasure in heaven by financially supporting the work of God and the work of the church. It's by giving. And I could almost hear it in my head that as I start talking about giving, that someone in the room is like, oh man, I knew it. The church just wants my money. And so let me set the record straight. Yes. 100%. Well, maybe not 100% of it, but yeah, absolutely. Yes. And here's the thing. So does Nike, Ford, Disney, the U.S. government, and all your kiddos. Everyone wants your money, and someone is going to get it. The question is, who are you going to give it to? Who or what we give our money to is who or what we've given our heart to. Who we give our money to is where our heart actually is. I can stand here without hesitation, without reservation, without shame, with a smile on my face, super happy on behalf of Jesus, and call upon my fellow brothers and sisters in Christ. If you have benefited from the sacrifice of Jesus, give. Money, tithes, and offerings. Politicians ask for our money, don't they? Charities ask for our money, don't they? Schools ask for our money. Guess who else asks for money? Jesus. And I think as Lord of Lords and King of Kings, he should get dibs. He probably should get the lion's share of it. The biblical minimum standard is what the Bible refers to as a tithe, 10%. And I understand that for some people, if they've never tithed, I understand it's what? 10% right off the top? Yeah. Tithing to our church is an act of worship, dependence on God, trusting God, relying on God. It's a way of honoring Him. It's a matter of obedience and being faithful. It's part of walking the narrow life that we're called to walk. And we, Anthem Church, we need it. We need people to tithe because we got a power bill to pay. and insurance and Cheerios for the kids. You don't want to be teaching those classes with those kids without a snack. They turn into Tasmanian devils real quick. Right now, media, the ability to live stream, there are all these things that we have to pay for that are just basic operating expenditures just to make our normal week take place. A church our size, like this morning, there were even more people in the first service than there are in this one right now. A church our size should have 3 full-time staff. It's just me. It's just me. So we need the contributions, the financial contributions for the health of our church, for the growth of our church, for the sake of the gospel, and that we could hire minimum staff. I'll say this, if you have at all benefited from Anthem Church, you or your family, from the community, friendships, right, that have happened here, from Bible study groups, A-teams, from any teaching or discipleship that's happened here, from a sermon, from the music, a live stream, from having your kids be blessed in a Sunday school class, or having your teens in the youth group, or having your kids at our VBS in the summer. If you've benefited all, if your rears are benefiting from those nice, comfy seats that we have in here, people funded that. And so the calling is that we would all contribute, that more people could benefit, that other people would come to know Jesus and grow as a love-filled, faith-filled, hope-filled follower of Christ. So, would you consider tithing? At a minimum, growing toward being a tither. So we might refer to this as being a progressive giver. If you're someone's like, Rick, you don't understand. I made some bad decisions. I got in some serious debt. 1% is all we can do. Okay, fair enough. It's between you and God. I don't know who gives what, all right? I don't look at those numbers, so I have no idea. But if that's you, okay, let's work out a game plan, or you do it. Sit down, work out your budget and so forth, and go from a 1% giver to a 2% giver. And begin the process of growing. If you're a 2%, become a 4% giver. If you're a 5%, start giving 8%. But basically, over the next few weeks and months, over the next year, grow, cut out unnecessary expenses, get out of debt, and start prioritizing. Start prioritizing the things of God. Be a progressive giver. Give more and more. Also, this is the time of the year that we take up what we call our Anthem Mission offering. This is an offering, it's not a tithe. A tithe is that 10% that we give weekly, monthly. That goes to our general budget, operating expenditures. An offering is different. An offering is an above and beyond gift that is given for something specific. So, all proceeds of our Anthem Mission offering go directly and specifically to very unique work. Number 1, the Annie Armstrong offering, which funds new churches in North America. The Lottie Moon offering funds international missionaries throughout the planet. The NCMO, it funds gospel efforts and disaster relief in North Carolina. The Cooperative Program, it funds seminaries, Bible colleges, orphanages. The Rooftop Ministry, John Whaley, he'll come here and preach 2 or 3 times a year. The Rooftop Ministry, they help churches get outside of the building, outside of Sunday mornings. They help the church to be equipped to live on mission between the Sundays. Then there's also Ben and Kelly Lapiana. They are missionaries in Taiwan. We started supporting them a couple of years ago. They work primarily with college students there. Tony Capo, this is a new addition that we're supporting. He works for Athletes in Action. So that's kind of think of a division of Cru, Campus Crusade for Christ. He specifically works with the student athletes at UNC, at Carolina, and at NC State on both campuses. So he meets with them every week, does discipleship, leads meetings, etc. Cypress View Children's Home. This is in Harnett County. They are right now developing a campus. I want to say it's going to be 9 houses specifically for foster children in the Harnett County foster system. What's neat about that is that we're helping to support the building of the buildings, but also it's so close that we'll be able to send our kids there to play with those kids and send our teenagers there to do vacation Bible school and do all sorts of things there. So it's local service and outreach and ministry. There's Sport Disciple, which many of you are familiar with. We've been helping Sport Disciple for at least 10 years. They're mostly now in the Dominican Republic, a little bit in Haiti. They use sports, namely soccer and baseball, to reach the next generation. And then, all of a sudden, there's Valor Wrestling Academy. Like, oh my goodness, this has brought so much joy to my heart. Earlier this year, we said, we're going to start a wrestling program. Not wrestling, but wrestling program. And we're going to use this, and we're going to bring these little boys in, right? And we're going to teach them what it means to be a man of valor, to grow up as a faithful follower of Jesus, a godly man that knows how to handle business if he has to. Because we tell the kids, you need to grow up and be dangerous. A man should grow up and be dangerous. Not a bully, not a tyrant, not ugly, not mean. But we are called, men, to be defenders and protectors. And there's a time where we have to be able to know how to be disciplined in asserting ourselves in a certain way. And we want those boys to grow up to be those men. So they come here on Saturdays and they do Bible study together. And then they get to work on the mats. And they're learning how to wrestle. And let me tell you, those mats are expensive. Whew, man, we spent a ton of money. So worth it. So worth it. Because it's not just helping our boys that are here, part of our church. It's a great outreach. So there's other boys from the community that are coming to be part of this now. The grace of Jesus is free. Getting that message out is not. It takes money. So we're holding this Anthem Mission offering. It's going to start next Sunday, October 26th, go through November 9th. And I ask you all to go home and talk about it as a family. And I want you to consider this an early Christmas gift for Jesus. Before you start spending all your money on Christmas stuff, have a conversation and say, how should we give, how much, generously, sacrificially, cheerfully, to the work of Christ? And it's so good to have that conversation with your kids, because maybe it means having a modest Christmas under that tree. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because a modest Christmas under a tree helps to teach your children not to be materialistic or to store treasure on earth. It's a good thing, because what matters on Christmas is not what's under the tree, but he who hung on the tree. That's what matters. And helping to get that message out to everyone. So giving the Anthem Mission offering helps you to fight against materialism. It helps you to store treasure in heaven. So when you give to the Anthem Mission offering, if you give online through our website or mobile app, click on the button, the drop-down thing that designates it, Anthem Mission offering. If you're someone who writes checks, write it on the memo line, Anthem Mission offering. If you give cash, put it in an envelope, and on the envelope, write Anthem Mission offering. We want, and I promise you, every single penny, every penny goes 100% to the work that was just mentioned. Every penny of it does. Don't tip God as if he's a waiter. He is the Lord of Lords and the King of Kings. He is worthy of all glory, honor, and praise. He is our maker, and he saved us from our sin. We don't tip him. We give him our best and the first. We give tithes and offerings to worship and honor the God who loves us.